How is guerrilla marketing different from traditional marketing? I used to compare guerrilla marketing with textbook marketing. But now that guerrilla marketing is the textbook in so many universities, I have to compare it with traditional marketing. These are the differences. These are also the ways that marketing is changing these days. This is the way that marketing is happening around the world in the 21st century. This is not your father's marketing. This is marketing right now, and it's way different than it used to be, way less expensive. Example, first, in traditional marketing, they always said your main investment has got to be money. Guerrilla marketing says if you want to invest money, you can, but mainly you've got to invest time, energy, imagination, and knowledge instead of money. If you're willing to invest those four things, time, energy, imagination, and knowledge, you'll find you don't have to invest much money. I hate to say this, even though it's the truth. You may not have to invest any money in marketing. I know a lot of people who are making a very good living spending this much money on marketing, but they do put in their time, energy, imagination, and knowledge. Second difference, traditional marketing scares most people. It's enshrouded by mystique, and most people are intimidated by marketing, so rather than make mistakes, they just don't do it. Guerrilla marketing has simplified all that. Guerrilla marketing removes the mystique from the marketing process. It puts you in control because it's really simple. It's very effective, it's easy to understand, but mainly it's not going to be enshrouded by mystique for you by the end of this afternoon. Third difference, traditional marketing has always been designed for big businesses. Here's what happened. I was teaching a course at Berkeley, the University of California in Berkeley, on doing what you're doing, on giving wings to your dreams. I was teaching a course called Alternatives to the 9-to-5 Job, based on a book I'd written called Earning Money Without a Job. People say, hey, are you the guy who wrote the book about earning money without working? And as I said, no, you've got to work your tail off, but you don't need a structured 9-to-5 job. Just to let you know, a quick insight before I go on. I have worked from my home on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays only since 1971. I work from my home, working a 3-day week. I think there's nothing special about me, as you will learn as the day goes on. So because I was doing that for a few years, I thought anybody ought to do that. So I wrote a book showing anybody, because my message is freedom more than money. My message was freedom, so I wrote a book about what I was doing. I called it Earning Money Without a Job. That led to me teaching a course at Berkeley. One day, the students at Berkeley, these are empty pocket people with big dreams. This is in the early 80s. They are asking me, can you recommend any books on marketing for people who don't have big budgets? And I said, I'll give it a shot. I'll be back here in a week. So I went to the library at Berkeley, no books like that. Stanford, no books like that. City of San Francisco, none. Sacramento, none. Los Angeles. In the 1980s, there were no books on marketing for people with small budgets. All the books on marketing were written for people who had $30,000 a month to invest in marketing, which was not my students. So as a service to my students, I wrote Guerrilla Marketing, not knowing it would take on a life of its own, not knowing it would become an international bestseller. That was not my plan. My goal was freedom. That was what I'm about. That's what I do. That's what I practice. And that's what I was trying to show other people like you how to get. And guerrilla marketing was a way to do that. So I wrote Guerrilla Marketing, and then off it took, and off my career took with it. So guerrilla marketing is designed for small business. And businesses, Fortune 500 companies buy several thousand copies at a time of guerrilla marketing. But the spirit of guerrilla marketing is small business. Every word on every page in every chapter of every book is strictly designed for people with big dreams and small budgets, people who don't want to invest a lot in marketing, but people who do realize that time is not money. It's far more valuable than money, and that freedom is one of the most precious things we will ever have. A fourth difference, traditional marketing measures how well it's doing by sales. But anybody can have sales but be losing money while they're having sales. So guerrilla marketing says the only number that's meaningful to you are profits. Profits, not sales, is the primary measuring stick. You're kidding yourself if you're looking at numbers of responses you get to an offer or how many sales you make. It's all about the dear old bottom line. If you're earning profits, you're doing it right. No matter what else, if you're not earning profits, you've got to re-examine what you're doing. A fifth difference, Traditional marketing is based upon judgment and experience, which is a fancy way of saying guessing. But guerrillas cannot afford wrong guesses. So guerrilla marketing is based as much as possible on psychology, laws of human behavior, instead of pure guesswork. Let me give you an example of how psychology enters into the marketing process. I have a degree in psychology. I remember how depressed I was getting my degree because the dean was saying, there are no laws in psychology, there are only theories. And I thought, my God, I spent 4 years learning theories and no laws? That was the truth then, but now it's changed. There are laws of human behavior that we know for certain. For example, we know that 90% of all purchase decisions are made in the unconscious mind. We also know a slam dunk manner to access the human unconscious mind. The way to do that is through repetition. So put those two facts together. Purchase decisions are made in the unconscious mind. The way to access the unconscious mind is through repetition. And you begin to see how the process of marketing works, and you begin to see how the science of psychology helps guerrillas market whatever it is that they're marketing. Sixth difference. Traditional marketing says grow your business and then diversify. But that's a huge mistake. Gerber said, our name means babies. We sell all this baby food, so let's open a line of baby furniture and baby clothes products. And after they lost $29 billion, they thought, well, maybe our name doesn't mean babies. And Coca-Cola says, our name means beverages, let's buy a winery. And after they lost $70 million, they thought, well, maybe our name means soft drinks, and maybe not really wineries. So I'm saying to you, maintain your focus instead of diversifying. Stick with who got you there, because maintaining your focus is one of the biggest jobs you'll have. Diversifying is one of the silliest things that you'll do. Seventh, this is a huge one for everybody in this room. When I saw your hands go up in response to Harv's questions, I thought, oh my God, I am talking to my kind of people. Traditional businesses try to grow their businesses linearly, which is to say they try to add new customers one at a time. That's okay, but it's a very expensive and slow way to grow. So guerrillas try to grow their businesses geometrically. Here's what that means. It means they enlarge the size of each transaction. They have more transactions per year with each customer, and they tap the enormous referral power of each of their customers. They are then going in 3 ways at once that's costing them nothing, and they are also, as old-fashioned businesses, adding new customers one at a time. So they're growing in 4 directions at once. If you are growing geometrically, it's pretty hard not to turn a very healthy profit. It's almost impossible to go out of business. It costs you next to nothing to grow. I keep having key points that I want you to take out of here and into your lives and into your hearts. This is one of them. Grow your businesses geometrically, enlarge the size of each transaction, have more transactions per year with each of your customers, and tap the enormous referral power, because all of your customers are members of groups of other people. They're the center of a network. And add new customers to the traditional ways, and you're going to find that you'll wonder why anybody ever goes out of business or runs out of month at the end of their money, because it doesn't have to be like that. Seventh difference, depressing thought. 68% of business that is lost in North America is lost not due to poor quality and not due to shabby service, but due to customers being ignored after they've made the purchase. The opposite of ignoring people is follow-up. Fervent follow-up is really the key to success. 68% of businesses don't want you to know that. They think marketing begins once they start marketing and ends once the person's bought the product. That's not the truth. The truth is marketing begins once you have an idea for a product, and it never stops. Certainly not when they buy the product. That's when you really start pepping it up because of the geometric growth opportunities. Ninth difference, traditional marketing says scan the horizon for those competitors who you can obliterate. Guerrilla marketing says look at the horizon, but instead scan it for other businesses with whom you might cooperate. Forget competition, because cooperation is more important than competition in the 21st century and with the internet. So Scan the horizon, get to know who your competitors are, but see if you can work out fusion marketing arrangements with them rather than fighting each other. 10th difference, traditional marketing is called me marketing. Go to their website, say, talk about me. They say, here's what makes me good, here's what my leadership is like. This is when I was founded. They're all about me. Guerrilla marketing is just the opposite. Guerrilla marketing is you marketing. It's all about you, because people don't care about other companies, they care about themselves. And if you talk to them about themselves, they are on your wavelength immediately. They want to hear what you have to say about them. They want to hear a lot about themselves. We once had a client come in, and she came in talking about herself. She just opened the door, and she talked all about herself, and then she sat down and she said, okay, enough about me, let's talk about me. But that's the way it is in most marketing. It's about them and not about you. Your marketing has got to be about your prospects and your customers, not about yourself. I have nothing against you, but they don't love you as much as they love themselves. So you've got to cater to that love that